Patrick Filbin with Block Club Chicago standing by. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
We always love working with you all because you're able to, really give us an assessment of how things are going in our neighborhoods. And one of the biggest stories out of our neighborhoods here in Chicagoland over the last month and a half especially has been with immigration raids and what's been taking place and the fear that so many people have had. And so you have a story here that we're going to talk about where a young lady who's in high school with stage 4 cancer returns from chemotherapy, and what happened at their home?
So we are talking about a 16-year-old Lakeview High School student named Ofelia Torres, and she was in at Lurie's Children's Hospital for 39 days, going through another round of chemotherapy, which she was diagnosed with cancer back in December. And so she had returned home on Friday, and the next day she was with family, with her mom, reunited with a lot of her family members, her cousins and friends. And her mom on that Saturday, so the day after she got back from the hospital, had a call from her father, Ruben Torres, from the Broadview ICE facility, saying that he had been detained on that Saturday afternoon while he was at a Home Depot in Niles, and was arrested, detained by 4 immigration officers. And now the family and Ruben Torres's lawyer is hoping to get him a hearing and get him out.
Yeah, so he was a house painter, self-employed contract worker, and we know that many of them are day laborers, as most people refer to them as, are at Home Depot and businesses of that sort throughout the day looking for work to support their families. So the family has filed this emergency filing. It's an emergency detention filing. What are their chances here? What are they saying? What is the attorney saying? I mean, we've seen some situations. I remember there was a man who was going through, I believe, some type of health treatments, and his brother was detained by federal authorities, but he was able to get back to his brother so that he could help him survive.
Yeah, that's what they're hoping for in this case as well. And it's something similar. And yes, this is kind of what we're seeing a lot of in Chicago is the federal agents and kind of the crackdown from the federal government is targeting these, department stores, a lot of Home Depots we've seen in our coverage at Block Club. But yeah, so the emergency motion essentially was filed in federal court and pretty much lays out that Ruben's arrest was unconstitutional and against his rights to due process. And so the family and his attorneys have a hearing on Thursday morning to hopefully get Ruben out of federal detainment and back to the family while he goes through the process of fighting this. Because I should have mentioned this before, but Ruben has been in the United States since 2003. He's been here for over 20 years. And that's what his attorney is arguing, that because he's been here so long, that he deserves due process in this case.
Yeah, and he's the sole provider for his family. So, we've often had these discussions about who is at the ICE processing center in Broadview. The Trump administration would say that in their Operation Midway Blitz, they have focused on rounding up the worst of the worst. Many of them have gone through the ICE processing center, where we've seen so much protest over the last month and a half and several federal filings as a result of what's been going on there. But when you talk about the worst of the worst, Ruben Torres has no criminal record apart from minor traffic infractions.
Yeah, that's right. And that's according to files and documents filed in Ruben's case. But you're right. Ruben does not have any criminal history. And again, he's been here for over 20 years. And yeah, we've been seeing a lot of this in the Chicagoland area where they are just arresting people. And I should have noticed Ruben was arrested and they had called him out by name in the Home Depot parking lot. So it wasn't a random arrest. They were looking for him and they knew who he was when they arrested him. And so, yeah, it's hard to categorize Ruben Torres and some of the other people and residents of Chicago who have been arrested as the worst of the worst.
And so he has a bond hearing on Thursday. Where do things go from there?
Well, Ruben's attorney is hoping again to get Ruben out of federal detainment after that hearing. But like so many situations, and just kind of how the process is working with these cases, things change on a day-to-day basis. So it's really hard to say what will happen after Thursday, if the hearing is even, confirmed and goes on as scheduled. So yeah, it's hard to say in this moment what will happen after Thursday. But I think, it's safe to say that the family is hoping to be reunited with Ruben.
Yeah, and when we say he's been in the country for the last 20 years, did he have any type of work documents or anything of that sort?
It's not clear if he has work documents, but yeah, he has been working for the same company and under the same boss for the 20 years that he's been here in Chicago. And his partner, longtime partner of over 20 years, she is a DACA recipient who's been in the country since 1998. And yeah, there is more to develop with this story, and I'm sure we'll learn more about Ruben and kind of who he is as it continues. But that's kind of all we know right now.
Yeah. Tell me about the fundraiser for the family. It looks like people in the community are trying to step up to support them in the meantime.
Yeah, absolutely. So the in-home teacher, a woman named Valerie, she started the GoFundMe for Ofelia and Ophelia's family to help pay for Ruben's legal fees. She started the GoFundMe on Sunday, so about 2 days ago, and it's already up to, I think, over $25,000. It could be nearing $30,000. And so the family also put out a statement about how for all of the money that the family does not need that they will raise, it will go back to other families who are dealing with ICE-related activities, arrests. And that was actually Ophelia's idea. And I thought that was just a really kind of, touching moment and a really striking example of the person Ofelia is, even at such a young age, at 16 years old, and just kind of the person that her parents raised.
Yeah, she's in a very adult situation right now. So let me ask you this. How did you hear about this story, and how much longer does Ofelia have for her treatments? I mean, where is she in her cancer treatment?
So I'll answer the second question first. So she is in stage 4 of her cancer treatment, and she is fighting really hard, as she has been since December for 9 months now. The last treatment that she had at Lurie's was particularly difficult. I met with Ofelia last night at Lakeview High School, and she was in as good of spirits as you can be given her situation. She's feeling, a little heartbroken and discouraged these days, but she's fighting as hard as she can given the situation. So she is doing well. She's continuing to do treatment at home. I'm sure she'll be in and out of the hospital while she continues to go to school and things like that. But I had heard about the story actually just kind of perusing around social media, and I had seen that one of her teachers at an art center reached out or did some outreach on Ophelia's story after Ofelia herself put her story out there on social media. She had made a TikTok and an Instagram reel describing not only what her dad is going through currently, but what she is going through personally. And before this all happened with her dad over the last couple of days, he had encouraged her back in December to share her story of, recovery and her journey with chemotherapy. And she initially was scared to and didn't want to. And when she finally spoke out about her dad, it was really the first time she had spoke out about what she was going through, and a lot of her peers at school and friends and even some family members. That was the first time that they had known she was diagnosed with cancer and
Wow.
is going through chemotherapy. And so, yeah, it really is just another testament to her and to, the strength that she has shown now for herself, but, now for her dad, in a way where her dad has been there for years and years and years, obviously supporting her.
Yeah, what an interesting story here. The bond hearing is Thursday. They have filed this emergency motion in court. Please keep us updated so that we can let people know where things go with this story. And thank you for your great reporting.
I definitely will. Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. Take care.